Hello everyone, I am Dr. Nalini Bansal and today we will be discussing the connective tissue in histology. So we will be dealing mainly with the fibers that we see in the connective tissue, and that is the topic for discussion for today. So the connective tissue, as we all know, is composed of extracellular matrix and the cellular compartment. The matrix is composed of ground substance and different types of fibers, and these fibers could be collagen fibers, elastin fibers or reticulin fibers. Then the cellular compartment is composed of fixed cells and unfixed cells. The fixed cells could be fibrocytes, chondrocytes, osteocytes, and then there could be certain unfixed cells that could also be seen, and these could be mast cell, macrophages, and plasma cells. So as we said, for the topic of discussion, we'll be discussing the fibers that we see in the connective tissue. So the main type of fibers are collagen fibers, elastin fibers, and reticulin fibers. The function of these fibers, all these fibers, is to provide support, because the connective tissue is holding the neurovascular bundles, so it needs to have support within the tissue. The major function of collagen fibers is to provide strength. Elastin fibers is to provide elasticity, and reticulin is again for support. So the commonest of all these are the collagen fibers, especially the type 1 collagen, which fills the entire space of the connective tissue. And then the elastin fibers is required in the tissues which require elasticity for their function. So like the elastin fibers are there in the skin, they're present in the arteries. And the reticulin fibers, they're not normally seen. These are the thinnest of all these fibers, and they provide the support to the cellular framework. So the two fibers which are seen on histology also are the collagen fibers and elastin fibers. And of these, the third fiber, they are not usually visible on histology, are the reticulin fibers, because these are the thinnest of all these three fibers, and you require special stains, especially silver stains, to see the reticulin fibers. Now, of all these three, the most wavy are the collagen fibers. Then we have wavy which run singly, which are elastin fibers, and most of the reticulin fibers, they are straight and they are very thin fibers. So let's see these fibers one by one. So the first one are the collagen fibers. So this is a normal skin histology, and if you could see, the entire dermis is composed of these light eosinophilic bands, and these are all the collagen fibers. And there are different types of collagen fibers, but the commonest one that are to be seen are the type 1 collagen. Now, in addition to these light eosinophilic glands, which are wavy and which are running parallel to each other, we have these dark eosinophilic structures, which are also less wavy than these fibers, and these are scattered singly within these collagen structures. So these are the elastin fibers, which are singly scattered, little less wavy, and then the major component of the dermis is composed of these wavy fibers, and these are all collagen fibers. Now, to have these fibers, we should have certain cells to produce them, and these are being produced by these fibrocytes, which are spindle-shaped cells, and they are thin spindle-shaped cells which are responsible for the production of collagen fibers as well as the elastin fibers. Now, if we do the collagen stain, which is the Mason's trichome stain that is done for the fibers, now you see here the entire dermis is filled with these fibers, which is the collagen fibers, and you also have dark bluish stained fibers which are running singly, and these are the elastin fibers, which are the normal constituent of the skin. So, but sometimes we have a predominance of collagen fibers when we call it as fibrosis. So like you see here, we have a major component of the collagen fibers which are less light eosinophilic, and these are being produced by these spindle cells which are the fibrocytes. So these are the fixed cells of the connective tissue, and they are responsible for the production of these fibers. So if you see a predominance of collagen fibers, the thing that you should start thinking of, is this some fibrous tissue or is this some keloid formation that is going on? And these are composed mainly of the collagen fibers. Now, at times you have the collagen fibers, like here also you see, these are the fibrocytes, and these are producing light eosinophilic structures. Now, in addition, sometimes the fibrous tissue that you are seeing, it is less fibrous, and it is composed of like bluish stained stroma. So these are the mucinous material of the connective tissue, and within the connective tissue, they are called as myxomatous matrix. So this again is eosinophilic. It is produced by these fibrocytes, but this is not wavy, and this is not in the form of fibers that we have seen before. So this is the myxomatous matrix of the connective tissue. So mucin, when it comes in the connective tissue, we call it as a myxomatous matrix, and the cells which produce them are also fibrocytes. But here in the myxomatous matrix, they assume a stellate shape, that is, they assume a star-shaped configuration, and this is the appearance of the connective tissue. The next fibers that we see are the reticulin fibers, and in the reticulin fibers, as we said, they are not seen on histology and they provide support and strength to the cells. So this is like a normal liver. We can't see the fibers here, but if they do not have a network of certain fibers, they would drop out. So they would require a structure which will support the cells here, and that is the reticulin fibers. And this is the reticulin stain which surrounds the liver cell cords and which will be visible only when you do special stains for reticulin. That is for the reticulin staining. Now, the reticulin stain, if you look at them on the Ornstein stain or in the mesenchymal stain, the reticulin fibers will not be visible. So you will be able to see reticulin fibers only when you'll do the reticulin staining, and then that meshwork will be highlighted. The third of all these fibers are the elastin fibers, and as I said, they provide elasticity to the skin and also in the arteries, because when the blood will rush through them, then you need structures to expand. But when the blood had already gone apart, then they need to come back to their original shape. So these are the special component, and this is the special property of these fibers. And these fibers are usually seen within Ornstein stain or with the von Giesen stain. So these are the elastin fibers that are seen with the Ornstein stain, though these fibers are also visible when you do them on the reticulin stain or on a mesenchymal stain. So these elastin fibers will be visible, but they are more beautifully highlighted on an Ornstein or a VVG stain. So the 7 gems for today for the connective tissue fibers is that the connective tissue is composed of fibers. There are 3 kinds of fibers, which are collagen, reticulin, and elastin fibers. The fibers which are seen easily on histology are the collagen and the elastin fibers. And of these, more wavy are the collagen ones, less wavy are the elastin ones. Reticulin, they require special stains to see them, and this provides strength and support to the cellular framework. And elasticity is being provided by the elastin fibers, which is required in the skin and arteries. Myxoid is the term used for the connective tissue mucin part, and these myxomatous stroma are also produced by the cells which are responsible for the production of these fibers, and they are the fibrocytes. However, they assume a stellate shaped configuration when they form myxomatous stroma. So that's all for today, and we'll be meeting in the 7 gem 7 minute criteria for the next session. Thank you so much.